you can resize or move or rotate an image in Final Cut Pro. You can do that by transform controls. So we are going to see how you're going to do that with transform controls. So where is transform control located? The first thing is to find out the area that you wanted to resize, move or rotate. For example, I'm going to select this clip for resizing. So I'm going to make sure my playhead is somewhere here and the clip is now selected. You can see the yellow border. Now the transform controls are located just below the viewer, and the first button is the transform, and you can select it if you want to transform separately by an arrow mark over here, and the first button again is called transform. So if you click on it, the transform is now selected. Now when you click on transform, you can see different blue color points on your clip. So let's adjust the size of this clip by holding on these blue color points. I'm going to select one of these blue color points. I'm going to select on this one, and then I'm going to hold my mouse pointer after clicking on it, and then if you see, I can either reduce or enlarge the size of this clip. And while adjusting, you can see that the ratio of percentage where I'm reducing or enlarging the size is shown above the viewer. And at the same time, look at the inspector, and the X and Y parameters are also changing, which means you can manually adjust this X and Y parameters inside the inspector. So those are the two things that you need to take a note. So I'm going to hold it over here and then I'm going to release it. So now if you see the changes, the image is now reduced. So let's play and see what difference it makes. Now you can see the reduced video clip, and you have a central anchor point. If you hold on it, you can either move it to the left or right or up and down. So this is one point where you can move your video clip. And at any point of time, if you wanted to reset it to its original position, here you have the reset button. You just need to click on it, so it will come back to its original shape. And if you go to the inspector, you can do the same manually. The first one is called position, where you have X and Y parameters. So if you wanted to move the image to left and right, you use X parameter. And if you wanted to move the image up and down, you're going to use Y parameter. If I enter a value here in X, say for example, if I'm going to enter a value of 100 in X axis, and then if I hit enter, you can see that the image is moved to the right. If I say minus 100, it will move towards left. And the same is applicable here in Y. If I say 100 here in Y, the image will move up. If I say minus 100, the image will move down. So you can adjust the position of your image by this X and Y parameters. And the next one is labeled as rotation. Here also you got a value. I'm going to enter the value of 50 so that you can see the image is getting rotated. And the next one is labeled as scale. So where you have an adjustment slider over here, and you can slide it to right for zooming in, and you can slide it to the left for zooming out. As you adjust this slider, you can see that the X and Y parameters over here is also getting changed.